The rumors started like a virus. First a whisper, then a cough. Finally, an epidemic of whispers that couldn't be contained. Pregnant inmates. More than one. Impossible. This was supposed to be a high-security women's prison. How? News spread like wildfire through the cold, sterile corridors of the facility. Guards exchanged nervous glances. Inmates traded theories in hushed tones. The air crackled with tension. No one had answers. Everyone had fear. The prison, once a symbol of impenetrable security, was now a breeding ground for confusion and fear. The warden, a stern woman named Commander Larisa Bell, paced her office, her face a mask of disbelief and fury. This was a scandal waiting to explode. Commander Bell needed answers, and she needed them fast. She picked up the phone and punched in a number. "Get Dr. Rayne down here, Stat. We have a situation." Dr. Victoria Rayne, the prison's resident medical officer, was a woman of science and logic. She dealt with facts, not rumors. Yet the facts before her were truly unbelievable. 6 inmates, all pregnant, all within the same time frame. Her office was crammed with files, test results, and interview transcripts. Days blurred into nights as she tirelessly pieced together the puzzle. Each pregnancy test felt like a punch to the gut. How could this happen under her watch? "This is a nightmare," Commander Bell growled, her voice heavy with stress. She stood in the doorway, a formidable presence even in her frustration. "We're supposed to be running a prison, not a maternity ward." Dr. Rayne rubbed her tired eyes. "I know, Commander, but right now, we have 6 pregnant women, and we need to figure out how it happened before this spirals completely out of control." Suspicion immediately fell on the male staff. There weren't many, and all eyes turned to Yakov, the quiet, unassuming maintenance man. He had access to all areas. He kept to himself. He was an easy target. The interrogation room was cold, the fluorescent lights buzzing overhead. Yakov sat under the harsh glare, his face pale and drawn. He swore his innocence, his voice trembling. He was a lonely man, he admitted, but not a criminal. "Don't play coy with me," Commander Bell boomed, slamming her hand on the table. "We have 6 pregnant inmates, and you're the only man who comes within 10 feet of them." Yakov shook his head vehemently. "I swear on my mother's grave I had nothing to do with this," he pleaded. But his words rang hollow in the face of mounting suspicion. They reviewed hours of security footage, their eyes glued to the grainy images. Yakov went about his duties, his movements routine, his interactions minimal. There was nothing. The answer, it seemed, lay beyond the reach of the cameras. Section 4. The New Fish. Margarita, a petite woman with eyes that held ancient secrets, arrived at the prison with a quiet storm of her own. She was a seasoned inmate, her rap sheet longer than her arm. She carried herself with an air of confidence that was unsettling. She watched the guards, the routines, the whispers. A sly smile played on her lips. She knew their secrets. She had walked these paths before, and she knew how to use her knowledge to her advantage. One day, she slipped a note to Dr. Rayne during a routine checkup. The doctor unfolded it, her heart pounding in her chest. It was a crudely drawn map, and a single word, scrawled in shaky handwriting, "Tunnel." Section 5. The Confessional. Margarita confessed under the cloak of night. Her voice, barely a whisper, sent chills down Dr. Rayne's spine. She spoke of an old service tunnel, forgotten and unused, connecting the women's prison to the men's facility next door. "It's how I escaped last time," she said, her eyes gleaming in the dim light. "And it's how those women got pregnant." The audacity of it all took Dr. Rayne's breath away. A secret passage, right under their noses. It was preposterous and utterly terrifying. "Why tell me this?" Dr. Rayne asked, her voice trembling slightly. Margarita shrugged. "Let's just say I like to keep things interesting." Section 6. Escape Route. The tunnel was a testament to human ingenuity and desperation. Cobwebs clung to the damp walls. The air was thick with the smell of mildew and fear. It was a passage to forbidden desires, a conduit for love, lust, and betrayal. The investigation took a sharp turn. The focus shifted from the staff to the inmates themselves, and to the men on the other side of the wall. The tunnel was more than just an escape route. It was a lover's lane, a meeting point for stolen moments of intimacy. The pregnancies, it turned out, were not a result of assault or coercion. They were a consequence of choice, of love found in the most unlikely of places. Section 7. Love and Consequence. The story that unraveled was one of forbidden romance, of desperate longing, of love that knew no bounds. The inmates, starved for affection and connection, found solace in the arms of men who were just as lost and lonely. The tunnel became a symbol of their shared humanity, a testament to the enduring power of love, even in the face of adversity. But it was a love shrouded in secrecy and danger, a love destined to be extinguished by the harsh realities of their situation. The consequences were swift and severe. The tunnel was sealed, the connection severed. The women, their pregnancies now public knowledge, faced scorn and judgment. The men, their identities revealed, faced disciplinary action.